This is the PartyPoker.com European Open 4. Semi-final 1 saw the first half of our final table consummated. Now it's time for semi-final 2. Another 7 winners sit down to find out which 3 will take their chips forward to the end game. Big bazookas on tap include Roland de Wolf, Annette Oberstad, and Juha Helppi. Let's see who can play and who's just consommé.
I'm really looking forward to today, coming up against Juha again. I know that he's going to try and finally get the better of me, but hopefully I'll be able to put a few nice moves together on the table and entertain the viewers, so it should be fun.
I'm relatively relaxed. This is my first ever competition and it's all a new experience for me. I'm enjoying the experience. I'm looking forward to the game.
I'm in a really positive mood, actually, surprisingly, because I've been running very bad the last couple of months, but the win in the heat actually gave me quite a bit of confidence, and I've been playing a lot of sit and goes online to prepare. So yeah, I feel really good about it, quite confident and hoping for a good result.
Today's tactics is a bit different from the normal heat because I have to build a stack to be able to compete in the final. So I won't be just looking to make it to the final. I need a big stack there.
The lineup here is sort of quite dynamic, to say the least. I wouldn't fancy having a coin flip in this heat because everyone there is sort of like you've got the luckiest 5 or 6 people in poker. So you know, I need to be about 88% in any coup to have any chance of winning it. So. No, I'm actually looking forward to it. It's a game like any others, and I shall just approach the situation, see what happens, and try and be there in the shake-up.
I'm guessing I'll be playing pretty aggressive from the start. I don't want to go through with a short stack. I want to beat her with a chip lead if I can. So I'll try to get as many chips as possible.
I tend to change my whole attitude when I'm on the table. I'm a different person. I can be leery, aggressive, sometimes rude, which is probably a flaw, but it all works in my favour because I tend to speech a lot of people to give me their chips.
Semi-final 2, can it be as good as semi-final 1? I don't know, they got a long way to go. Here in the box with Phil Hellmuth, and the players are certainly have more star power tonight, Phil. It's a nice lineup.
They sure do, and I mean, semi-final number 1, we started a little slow, but that thing ended with a bang.
Chips on this table, like semi-final 1, 100,000 per player. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds are 5. There is 700,000 in play, and they will all go to the final in the hands of 3 players.
I don't know what's going to happen today. I mean, I think everybody's going to play patiently. Well, they're 7-handed and 6-handed, so that's something to look for. And I'll be surprised if someone tries to dominate at that early a stage, because you can't really dominate when it's 6 or 7-handed. What's going to be interesting is when you get down to 5-handed, and especially 4-handed, how aggressive some of the players get. Because when you're 4-handed and you have the chip lead, everybody else has to make it to the finals. And then they have to lay down a lot of hands, and you can get a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw last time that the people who really controlled the game in the early going didn't even make the final. They were the first 2 out, I think, in Mike Ellis and Dave Broadhurst. So it's we shouldn't take that much from someone getting an early lead here, should we?
Exactly. I mean, an early lead means nothing in this format. I mean, really.
Cool.
Cool.
And this is sort of a rematch of the heat. Annette Oberstad, Dave Matty, and you can see Annette's smile. She's thinking, "Here we go again," because he called her something severely. And uh-oh.
And look at this. We have Annette has flopped top pair with a kicker, and Matty has an overpair of 2-8. So I expect him to somehow get in around 20, 25,000, 30 each by the end of this hand at the most.
It's
Raise.
And there's the super aggressive young internet style. I have top pair, raise it up.
Cool.
It's interesting.
And Matty called her instantly. Now they played together, so he knows how aggressive she is.
Yeah, and I'm surprised at Annette because if there's one player at this
fine.
table who knows that Dave Matty, if he leads out, he might have something, it's Annette. This is similar to the way he played.
Yeah, but she has top pair, top kicker. She made a raise on the flop. Nothing wrong with that. Now let's see if she's able to slow down and put the brakes on.
12.
Oh, but he's not going to allow her. He led right out. Brilliant play. I mean, this is the first hand, and he led right out, and you know, and he turned her into a caller.
And
This is a beautiful hand here.
Yeah. And Annette has to consider that he could have a worse 6 or something like this.
And that's thinking he could have anything. If no ace or 6 comes and there's a 3, if he could bet 15,000 here or 16, now he's going to check and she's going to check.
Yeah.
6.
But as I predicted, someone won or lost 30,000 roughly on that hand. And
Yeah, you're
for
right.
the first hand, that's a shocker for the strength of those hands. But he played Annette perfectly.
I think when Roland won his first WPT title in Paris, Juha got second, so they were head up for a while, and that sort of forged the bond between them.
Right, and so, you know, and Roland does a nice Juha imitation, you know, he's like, Juha Helpi, the German. Well, he's not German, but, you know.
Raise to 6,000 total.
You do admit, though, that the combination of the two of them, if their talents could be combined into one poker player, it would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it?
I agree, yeah, absolutely.
To 8.
And
Sorry, love.
Can't do that.
I think Matty's trying to re-raise
Marty, do you
here.
want to come over? He said 2-8.
I said 2-8.
No, you must raise because you said, oh, raise.
Yes.
So your minimum raise is 6
No.
with 6. No, it's
Fine.
There's only 4. Your minimum raise is 6 with 6. Okay. I'll deal with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rule here,
Let me deal
Phil.
with this.
Sorry.
Now here's what
Yeah.
here's where Mad Marty is he's just doing his job, and this is what I love. He said, you know what? Thanks for the advice, but I'll deal with this. Now that's what you'd like. You like a floor man that takes control and says, I'll tell you what the rule is.
Absolutely. And there was 2 rules in play there. One, Marty ruled that Matty had intended to raise, and they're going to let that go as raise. The second, the minimum raise is not 6 plus 4, but it's here in this format. The minimum raise is the total of the last bet, so it has to be 6 plus 6.
Okay.
There's actually not many places where they do that, where the raise must be the total of the last bet.
Check.
That's right. That's pretty rare. And look at this. Tyler has raised it up, and Matty re-raised, but he min-re-raised.
12,000.
And now Matty bets out 12,000. He has a pair and a straight draw, second pair. Tyler has an overcard. To see that he has 2 overcards and a flush draw, he's actually a favorite right now. If he moved in, he would have probably won the hand. But he doesn't know that, or he would have.
For a guy with such an aggressive reputation, wouldn't you have expected a check raise there? Or do you think he's worried about the big pair?
He doesn't want to go out early,
Right.
you know. He doesn't want to go out early. And now he's checked it, and now it would be brilliant if Matty could make another big bet, but he didn't bet enough. If Matty could have bet 24,000, he takes his pot down right now. 12 is, you know, kind of an easy call for Tyler.
Is there any indication from that Tyler, is there anything he can think about as far as making a raise, representing a 5? I mean, is that...
Well, he's thinking about that now because he's trying to figure out, can I raise? If I raise, will it work? Well, Matty is already, you know, Matty's already seems to be the most aggressive player at the table, so Tyler has to think he's tough to bluff. But he's trying it anyway.
There's a sort of an axiom in poker, Phil. I mean, you don't want to bluff a guy before you're pretty sure he's experienced. You know, that you know what he's thinking, right? I mean, it's tough to bluff an inexperienced player sometimes.
And look at this. He raised him 21,000, and Mate insta-called it with just 3s. Now, if Matty would have moved all in, he would have just won the pot.
I mean, Matty's right, and he's ahead, but it's a pretty brave call, isn't it?
It's a great call.
It's close to nutsy.
He just put in a lot of money there, and look at this.
He's got the best hand with 2 3s.
What a great play there. And he called so quickly that he may have froze Tyler from trying to bluff here.
If you're Tyler right now, you're thinking this guy's got 2 kings, right?